God exists.
Alright, so before we start, I would just like to hear, are you all ready, panelists? Ready na ba tayo?
Yes po, pwede mag-shoutout.
Sure, before we start, go ahead. But let's...
Sige. Shoutout ko mga kaibigan natin na atheist, theist, agnostic, Catholics, Evangelical, INC friends, sila Gabi, Maria Clara Flowers, Danny, Brownie May, Rendog, Genevieve Luna, Johnny Real, Joji, Babaylan, Philosopher, Kemeretic, George, Rufa, Kong, Brent, Repa, Mods ng DOTF, si Future Bocado, Beauty, Agram, and Monica. And sa hindi nabanggit, sorry, pero shoutout sa lahat. Salamat.
Alright, thank you. Alright, Macarius, are you there? Just to clarify, if nandiyan ka na?
I'm here.
All right, okay. So as always, we always start with the affirmative side. So Tommy, 10 minutes would be provided for your opening statements. 10 minutes would start by the time you start speaking. Thank you.
The question, does God exist, is ontology, whereas the question, who is God, is epistemology. In epistemology, you ask the who. Is it Jesus, Allah, or Yahweh? In ontology, you only ask what exists. God, what are His qualities and nature? Notice that the topic is ontology, not epistemology. To be logically coherent throughout tonight's debate, we have to stick to the scope of the topic. Any attempt by my opponent on the other side to go beyond the scope of the topic will be called out as a red herring fallacy. I want to thank our gentleman atheist teacher for initiating this debate. True atheist teacher in our chat, Macario and I are committed to fulfilling distinct obligations. Number 1, I will prove God exists. And number 2, Macario will prove God does not exist. This was confirmed thrice in our pre-debate number 1, pre-debate number 2, and true atheist teacher's text confirmation. Any attempt to run away from this obligation, D. Espero has the obligation as a neutral moderator to call out the violator. From the wise words of atheist Justice Reindiosa, you will not win in a debate by how weak your arguments' opponents are, but how strong your arguments are. Throughout history, from Aristotle to Anselm of Canterbury, God is defined as the uncaused first cause which transcends the physical universe, the greatest conceivable being, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving, perfectly morally good being, and a personal creator. Tonight, I will present and defend 3 evidence for the existence of God in the form of deductive argument. Number 1, Kalam cosmological argument. Whatever begins to exist has a cause. Premise number 2, the universe began to exist. Therefore, the conclusion, the universe has a cause. What support do we have for the premise 1, whatever begins to exist has a cause? Metaphysical first principle, something cannot come from nothing. Out of nothing, nothing comes. Premise number 2, the universe began to exist. 2 evidence for the beginning of the universe. 1 philosophical, 1 scientific. Number 1, the impossibility of an actual infinite. If the universe is eternal, then the series of past events in the universe is infinite. Infinity exists in the metaphysical realm. For example, in mathematics, but it cannot exist in the physical realm. For example, say I have an infinite number of apples. I would have a storage problem. Where would I put all this infinite number of apples? Actual infinity cannot exist in the physical realm. Number 2, second law of thermodynamics. In a closed system like our universe, entropy increases as time progresses until we reach thermal equilibrium. In this state of the universe, there will only be dead stars, dead planets, and dead galaxies. There would be no life of any kind. Scientists call this state the heat death of the universe. If the universe is eternal or already existing from eternity past, then we should be in the heat death right now. If this universe already existed from eternity past, entropy would have already reached the maximum and hence heat death of the universe. The fact that we are still alive today, the universe began to exist a finite time ago. And so given the truth of these premises, whatever begins to exist is a cause. The universe began to to exist, the conclusion follows necessarily, unavoidably, inevitably. The universe has a cause. Since this cause created time, space, and matter, the cause must be existing beyond time, beyond space, beyond matter, uncause, first cause, and a personal creator. Number 2, the ultimate meaning argument. Philosophers like Camus, Sartre, and Friedrich Nietzsche were right. If God does not exist, ultimate meaning of life does not exist. If God does not exist, you are not intentionally created. You are not designed. We are all a mere byproduct of blind nature. There's no reason for your existence. Yung bonding mo sa asawa mo, sa mama mo, yung meaningful conversations nyo, etc. Ultimately, meaningless. If i-zoom out mo from space perspective, liliit ang size ng Earth, liliit ang size ng sun, ng universe, etc. Hanggang negligible na lang tayo lahat. Wala tayong intrinsic value, negligible lang tayo in the macro scale. Life is ultimately meaningless. Yan ang ibig sabihin kung walang Diyos. Richard Dawkins, atheist scientist, in a materialistic universe, there is at the bottom no design, no purpose, no evil, no good, nothing but blind, pitiless indifference. Bertrand Russell, British mathematician and philosopher, we must build our lives on the firm foundation of despair. But number 2, according to C.S. Lewis, if the universe has no meaning, then how did we know that it has no meaning if it has no meaning? Therefore, this position is self-defeating because for the proposition to be true, it must be meaningful first. We can summarize the argument as follows. If God does not exist, meaning does not exist. Ibig ko sabihin ng meaning is ultimate meaning of life. Meaning exists, therefore God exists. The truth of those premises follows, the conclusion follows from those. Number 3, final argument, moral argument. If God does not exist, objective moral values and duties do not exist. If there is no God, we don't have an objective moral reference. We are left with one person's viewpoint. All subjective views, opinions, personal tastes, etc. are valid relative to the subject. If atheism is true, if God does not exist, morality is not objective. Michael Ruse, atheist philosopher of science, Florida State University, morality is a biological adaptation. Ethics is illusory. Morality is just an aid to survival and reproduction. Any deeper meaning is illusory. Number 2, objective moral values and duties do exist. If Macario, on the other side, will attack this argument, Macario has to know what it means by objective in the context of this argument. Objective morality, meaning morality exists independent of human beings. Human beings may perceive morality in their POV subjectively, but nevertheless, its existence is independent. For example, raping a little child is morally wrong. That's a moral fact. If it is a fact, then it exists independently from human beings. For example, physical reality exists objectively independent of human beings, and so moral realm exists objectively independent of human beings. Another example, gravity is a physical fact, therefore it exists objectively independent of human beings, even though gravity is perceived by humans in their POV. Nevertheless, it exists objectively independent of human beings. Morality is gradually discovered rather than invented, just as gravity is discovered rather than invented. We can summarize the argument as follows. If God does not exist, objective moral values and duties do not exist. Number 2, objective moral values and duties do exist, therefore God exists. Now, this argument most of the time gets strawman by atheists. It's not my position that morality is grounded on God's will or commands, that it becomes arbitrary, depende kung ano sabihin ng Diyos. Hindi yan ang position ko. Ang position ko, my position is morality is grounded on God's essential nature, which is all good, perfectly good, all loving being. Therefore, His commands are expressions of His nature. So God cannot command a thing that violates His nature. So Macario later on in the cross-examination cannot ask me questions like, what if sabihin ng Diyos, patayin mo nanay mo mamaya, gagawin mo? That would red her or strawman my position kasi hindi ko position na ang morality nakabase sa kung anong sabihin ng Diyos, sa will ng Diyos or sa command ng Diyos. Ang morality nakabase sa pagiging all good na nature ng Diyos. So nakabase sa nature niya, hindi sa sasabihin niya na arbitrary. So if tatanungin niya yun mamaya, I will not oblige to answer such questions that would red her or strawman my position. Kasi ang tanong na yun, para yang if there were a square circle, would its area be a square of one of its sides? Absurd na question, hindi ko position ang divine command theory. So I presented 3 deductive arguments. The conclusion follows from the truth of those premises. God exists.
All right, just in the nick of time. All right, thank you so much, Tommy, for providing your opening statements within the allotted time and very concise at that. Thank you so much, Tommy. Now let's have Macarios. Macarios, are you ready?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep, you can hear you. SP, can we reset the time to 10 minutes, please? All right, so Macarios, 10 minutes will be provided to you. The time will start by the time you start speaking. Thank you.
Okay. Magandang araw, magandang gabi sa inyong lahat at maraming salamat sa ating po ang kapayapaan ngayong gabi. Ang aking posisyon ay natitindigan ay kung bakit, ang mga ebidensya kung bakit walang Diyos. Sa ating pong titindigan at pag-aaralan ang mga dahilan, ang mga ebidensya kung bakit tayo naniniwala at bakit tayo nakakasigurado o nakatitiyak na walang Diyos. Una nating dapat alamin, ano ba ang pagkakilala ng iba't ibang uri ng mga tao patungkol sa Diyos. Dahil sa maraming kultura, maraming paniniwala at maraming mga iba't ibang interpretasyon ng mga tao patungkol sa Diyos. Ano ba ang kanilang mga naging dahilan? Una, mitolohiya. Ano ba ang mythology? Iba't ibang klase ng mythology, nariyan ang Roman, Greek, Mesopotamian, at iba't ibang klaseng mitolohiya ng pagkakilala ng tao sa Diyos. Pangalawa, ang mga panitikan o ang mga religious literature na nagpapakilala kung may pakailan ba o walang pakailan ang kanilang pinaniniwala ang Diyos. Una, nariyan ang Vedas, ang Biblia, ang Quran, ang Tanakh. Nariyan ang iba't ibang mga literatura o panitikan na nagpapakilala sa kanilang mga Diyos. Pangatlo, nariyan din ang universal na pagkakilala ng Diyos, pagkakilala ng tao sa Diyos. Nariyan ang sulat ni Baruch Espinosa patungkol sa pagiging universal ng isang Diyos. Nariyan din ang mga paniniwalang pantheist, katulad ng paniniwala ni Albert Einstein. Ang paniniwalang ito na hindi conscious o walang malay ang pagka-Diyos. Ngayon naman, sa ating pangalawang pag-aaralan o ang ating pangalawang i-discuss, ano ang mga katangian o iba't ibang characteristics na pinapakilala ng mga tao patungkol sa kanilang Diyos. Una, nabanggit kanina na itong Diyos na ito makapangyarihan daw. Ito maalam, sumasalahat o manlilikha. Sabi, omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent at creator ang Diyos na ito. Sa iba't ibang katangian na ito, makikita ang iba't ibang interpretasyon ng tao patungkol sa Diyos. Pero may isang katangian na kinikilala o pinakilala ang mga tao ito patungkol sa Diyos. Alam niyo kung ano? Ito ang pagiging hindi tiyak. Ang Diyos na pinakilala ng tao dahil sa iba't ibang interpretasyon o iba't ibang katangian na pinakilala nila o pagpepresenta nila sa kanilang Diyos, isa lang ang bagay na sigurado sila. Itong Diyos na to hindi tiyak, hindi sigurado. Walang nakatitiyak o walang nakatitiyak. Ngayon naman, ano ba ang mga ebidensya o ang mga dahilan kung bakit walang Diyos? Nakakatuwang isipin na yung aking opponent, ay nangunguna kung ano ang aking sasabihin patungkol sa paksang ito. Pero hindi niya naman alam siguro kung ano ang aking sasabihin o ang aking gagamitin mga ebidensya patungkol para patunayan ang mga dahilan o ang mga ebidensyang aking babanggitin tungkol sa paksang ito. Unang-una na ating ebidensyang gagamitin para mapatunayan na walang Diyos, na ang Diyos na kinikilala ng mga tao ay ginagamitan ng pananampalataya para siya ay patunayan. Anong ibig kong sabihin? Mismo ang faith o pananampalataya ay ebidensya na ang Diyos ay hindi umiiral. Bakit natin masasabing ganoon? Dahil ang faith o yung paniniwala o yung pananampalataya ay nasa isang parte ng pagdududa. Bakit? Ang parte ng pagdududa ay nagpapatunay na ang isang bagay ay hindi umiiral. Pangalawa nating ebidensya na gagamitin para patunayang walang Diyos ay ang pag-iral o ang pag-exist ng mga debate patungkol sa Diyos. Kung ang Diyos na ito ay tiyak at walang nakakahadlang sa kanyang pag-iral, hindi na dapat natin pinag-uusapan sa isang debate o sa isang argumento ang pag-iral ng Diyos. Katulad na lamang ng pag-uusap natin patungkol sa Bigfoot, sa Area 51, sa Loch Ness Monster, sa Chupacabra at sa Yeti. Ito ay mga bagay na pinag-uusapan lamang dahil itong mga bagay na ito ay hindi umiiral o walang patunay ng pag-exist. Pangatlo, dahilan ng mga debate na ito o ang mga argumentong ito dahil itong Panginoon na ito o ang Diyos na ito ay hindi umiiral. Pangatlo nating ebidensya na ipepresenta ay ang evolutionary ng mga relihiyon sa mundo mula sa proto-Nostratic hanggang sa pinaka-modernong relihiyon sa mundo nagpapatunay na iba't iba ang pagkakilala ng Diyos, pagkakilala ng tao patungkol sa kanilang mga sinasamba. At maraming relihiyon din ang nagsasabing walang Diyos katulad ng Budismo, Taoismo at Confucianismo. Ano ba ang pakinabang ng tao kung maniniwala siyang walang Diyos? Ano ba ang pakinabang ng tao kung maniniwala siyang walang Diyos? Una, mag-ibabase niya ang kanyang pag-iral o ang kanyang buhay sa realidad. Aalisin ang mga assumption sa supernatural. Patuloy na pagdiskubre ng katotohanan patungkol sa natural na mundo. At sabi nga ni Hitchens, sabi niya, ang mga bagay na maaaring i-assert ng walang ebidensya ay maaari rin namang iwaksi ng walang ebidensya. Sa pagkakataon ito, nais kong ipakita sa inyo na ang mga argumentong ginamit ng aking kalaban ay napatunayan ng walang o napatunayan ng walang ebidensya. Nagtataka nga naman ako kung bakit nga naman deductive reasoning ang binigay na ebidensya ng aking kalaban. Wala bang inductive na ebidensya ang nagpapatunay sa Diyos? Yun lamang po at maraming salamat.
Just to clarify, Macario, are you willing to waive your 3 minutes?
Yes.
All right, okay. Thank you so much, Macario, and you still have, again, 3 minutes in spare. So thank you so much for your opening statements. Now let's move forward to our rebuttal statements. Again, our rebuttal statements would consist of 7 minutes. All right, thank you, SP, as our timer for tonight, for being proactive regarding the timer. Now, Tommy, are you ready for your rebuttal statements?
Wait lang, 10 seconds.
All right, okay. So again, while we're waiting for Tommy, let me remind our comment section to be respectful to one another. Okay, so again, I've been reading comments, I've been reading certain interactions with other people within the comment section, but let me remind you that please be respectful to one another, may it be within our panelists and or to your other viewers within the comment section. Again, Tommy, your 7 minutes would start by the time you start speaking. Thank you.
Okay, ang daming nilatag ni Macario, no? I think 9 ang nilatag niya sa nilista ko. Pero ni isa, walang ebidensya na walang Diyos. Sabi niya, unang latag niya, sabi niya, ito ang mga ebidensya na walang Diyos. Lahat, non-sequitur fallacy, hindi nagpa-follow from those premises that God does not exist. And number 1, isa-isahin natin. Sabi niya, iba't ibang beliefs, iba't ibang interpretation ng Diyos ang nakukuha natin. And sabi niya, iba't ibang methodology. Ini-explain niya ang origin, paano natin nakuha ang belief natin ng Diyos. That's a textbook example of genetic fallacy. Genetic fallacy is explaining the origin of the belief genetic fallacy is invalidating a belief by explaining the origin of the belief. For example, I came to believe that the circle is round through a comic book. But it does not follow just because I came to believe that the world is round through a comic book, it therefore follows na mali ang posisyon ko. Bakit? Kasi ang origin or methodology on how I came to believe is irrelevant to the content of the belief. Dapat ang atakihin ni Macario to be logically coherent. Hindi niya atakihin ang origin or methodology, atakihin niya mismo ang kontento ng posisyon. Bakit walang Diyos? Hindi niya atakihin. Ano ba? Paano ba natin nakuha ang belief natin ng Diyos? Genetic fallacy, basahin nyo. Nasa textbook natin yan sa elementary. Hindi alam ni Macario. Number 2, sabi niya, sabi niya na hindi tayo tiyak, hindi sigurado na mayroong Diyos kasi dinidebate pa natin. Hindi umiiral. Sabi niya, the fact daw na dinidebate, it therefore follows na walang Diyos. Kasi dinidebate eh. Bakit dinidebate? Ang bato, hindi naman dinidebate na nag-i-exist. So sabi niya, bakit dinidebate pa ang Diyos? Macario, that's a non sequitur fallacy. Hindi ibig sabihin dinidebate, ibig sabihin hindi nag-i-exist. Ang evolution dinidebate, pero totoo ang evolution. Hindi nagpapalo na just because dinidebate, it therefore follows false. Totoo ang evolution kahit magtumbling-tumbling pa ang mga religious dyan. Magdidebate sila, totoo ang evolution kahit dinidebate. Fallacious na naman ang posisyon ni Macario. Ang sabi niya, walang pakinabang ang merong pakinabang, merong utility daw kung maniniwala ka na walang Diyos. Utility argument, niligwa ko na nga si Rinjosa dyan sa utility argument. Ang napoprove mo, hindi useful ang Diyos. Yan ang conclusion. God is not useful, but it does not follow God does not exist. Nagets nyo ang non-sequitur fallacy? Na-prove ni Macario, hindi useful ang Diyos sa kanya. Kasi mas useful kung maniwala siya walang Diyos. Pero hindi na-prove walang Diyos. Nagets nyo? Sabi niya, assertions without evidence can be can be dismissed easily kasi wala namang evidence. Anong walang evidence? Naglatag ako ng 3 deductive. Hindi faith-based ang position ko. Naglatag ako ng 3 ebidensya na merong Diyos. Basahin natin sa Oxford Dictionary ang ibig sabihin ng evidence. The available body of information indicating whether a belief or proposition is true or valid. The available body of information indicating whether a belief or proposition is true or valid. Sabi niya, ang nilatag ko daw deductive. Bakit daw walang inductive? Hindi mo ba alam, Macario, na ang deductive pinakamabigat sa lahat? 3 yan. Deductive, inductive, abductive. Ang pinakamabigat sa 3 is deductive. Bakit niya? Hiningan niya ko, bakit walang inductive? Puro deductive. Kasi deductive ang pinakamabigat para masako ka mamaya. Lahat ng argumento mo, fallacious, na-explain ko na.
Tommy, would that be it? Are you waiving your 2 minutes?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Tommy. And let me clarify it within the viewers that Tommy has waived his 2 minutes time in spare. All right. So, SB, can we reset the time to 7 minutes again? Macario, are you ready for your rebuttal statements? I suppose you are. Macario?
Yes? Can you hear me?
All right, sige. Again, Macario, so your 7 minutes would start by the time you start speaking. Thank you.
Nakakatuwa talagang isipin itong si Tommy, Sabi niya daw, genetic fallacy. Basahin daw natin sa textbook kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng genetic fallacy. Sabi dito, genetic fallacy arises whenever we dismiss a claim or argument because of its origin or history. So sabi pala dito sa reference, sa textbook definition ng genetic fallacy, hindi pala ako yung nag-commit ng genetic fallacy. Si Tommy pala, kasi siya ang nag-dismiss nung ginamit kong argumento patungkol sa paniniwala ng tao tungkol sa Diyos. Pero hindi naman yun ang ebidensyang pinakilala ko patungkol sa Diyos. Nakakatawang isipin na sa tatlong pinaresenta kong ebidensya, isa lamang ang kanyang tinira, yung pagkakaroon lang ng debate patungkol sa Diyos. So, sino kaya sa amin ang hindi nakakaalam patungkol sa mga logical fallacy na kanyang binanggit na mismo, no? Pero hindi yun ang aking dahilan kung bakit mayroong round na ito, no? Tatlong bagay yung prenisanta ni Tommy patungkol na kanyang ginamit na ebidensya patungkol sa pag-iral ng Diyos. Una, yung kalam cosmological argument na ilang beses naman ang na-debunk ng mga tao, ng mga siyentista tungkol sa pagkakaroon ng Diyos. Sabi dito, everything that begins to exist has a cause, sabi niya. So everything, yung universe has begun to exist, therefore the universe has a cause. So nagkakaroon ng special pleading dito pagdating sa Diyos na kanyang tinutukoy dun sa kalam cosmological argument. Pangalawa, yung kaniyang sinasabi, yung ultimate meaning as bilang patunay na mayroong Diyos. Kapag daw walang Diyos, wala na daw tayong ultimate meaning. Bakit? Sino nagsabi sa'yo na kailangan magkaroon ng ultimate meaning? Yung subjectivity mismo ng meaning na yon, kung paano binibigyan ng kahulugan yung sarili mo, ay isang patunay na iba-iba na tayo ng meaning, kasi kung magkakaroon ng objective na meaning, dapat pare-parehas tayo ng purpose at meaning. Meron pa yung mga naturalistic na explanation. Sabi dito yung evolutionary process, social dynamics mismo, di ba? At saka yung personal experiences, nagkakaroon ng iba't ibang experiences yung mga bagay na yun para magkaroon ng tinatawag na meaning o ng ultimate meaning. Pangatlo yung sinabi niya, yung moral argument na bilang pagkakaroon o katibayan bilang pagkakaroon ng Diyos. Mismo yung subjectivity o yung relativity ng morality ay bilang nature nito ay nagpapakilala na walang objective morality. 'Di ba? Yung mga iba't iba pang explanation patungkol sa morality na iba't iba ring patunay na iba-iba ang pagtingin ng tao patungkol sa moralidad ng tao. O kung narinig niyo na siguro yung UT Pro de Lima, isa ring sabi doon na whether ang something is morally good because God commands it or God commands it because it is morally good. Sinabi niya rin kanina na hindi lang ito moralidad dahil sinabi ng Diyos. Sinabi niya ang Diyos ang moralidad, being objective. Diba? Yung diversity ng pagkakaroon ng moral views ay patunay na hindi objective ang morality. Therefore, walang Diyos. Tapos na po.
Alright, so clarify ko again, you're willing to waive your 3 minutes? Macario?
Yes.
All right. Okay, thank you so much, Macario. All right. Okay. So before we move forward into our cross-examination, starting with the affirmative side, again, let me just remind our viewers within the comment section, I know everyone is enjoying our topic or our debate for tonight, but again, please be respectful to everyone within this platform, okay? It's okay if you interact with other viewers and other people here within our platform, but again, please be respectful within this platform. All right. So now let's start with the cross-examination round. Again, Tommy, since you would be the one starting sa affirmative tayo, you would be provided with 10 minutes to provide your questions, and Macario would be provided 1 minute to answer each question. All right. So again, Macario has the liberty, or anyone who is answering the question has the liberty to fully utilize that 1 minute to his or her prerogative. Okay? Pwede nilang gamitin yon hanggang sa dulo ng 1 minute. Alright? So, Tommy, ready na ba tayo?
Sige.
Alright, okay. So, the timer would start by the time you start speaking. Thank you.
So, Macario, sa tatlo, deductive, inductive, abductive. Are you aware na ang pinakamabigat sa tatlo is deductive? Are you aware of that?
Hindi ako aware.
Thank you for admitting that you are ignorant in this methodology of evidence. And next question is it possible that God exists?
No.
Okay. Do you have a reason why it is not at all possible that God exists?
Do I have a reason? Yes.
Yes, sige, latag. 1 minute, di ba?
You're asking me what's the reason?
Yes. Impossible na mag-exist ang isang Diyos. Or may 1 minute ba to answer or pwede siya pwede okay na?
Since to clarify, Tommy, no, you want him to explain bakit walang possibility na nag-exist ang Diyos, tama ba?
Yes.
So Macario, you are permitted with 1 minute to provide your answer.
So bakit hindi posibleng magkaroon ng Diyos? Yung possibility na magkakaroon ng Diyos? Yun ba yung tinatanong mo?
Yes.
O yung reason?
It
na
is
bakit walang Diyos?
impossible for God to exist. Hindi pwedeng mangyari na mag-exist talaga ang Diyos. For example, ang unicorn pwedeng mag-exist, possible, pero hindi siya nag-exist. Pero ang claim mo ngayon, impossible talaga mag-exist.
I don't have a concept of God, so I don't know how to answer that question.
Ba't ka next question, paano ka nakadebate dito kung wala kang konsepto ng Diyos?
Sorry?
Wala kang konsepto ng Diyos? Yan yung claim mo?
Yeah, as an atheist,
Anong pinaglalaban mo dito tonight?
Na wala nun.
Walang Diyos?
Na walang Diyos,
In order for you to dismiss God, you have to have first concept with God.
Well, for me to dismiss God, you have to prove it first.
Hindi yan ang tanong ko. Ang tanong ko, if you claim right now na wala kang konsepto ng Diyos, and then i-dismiss mo siya, ang first prerequisite, dapat may konsepto ka muna.
I think, sorry, go ahead.
Nagigets mo, kahit pa hindi ka naniniwala na hindi nag-i-exist ang Diyos, hindi ibig sabihin nun wala kang konsepto ng Diyos. Kasi para i-dismiss mo ang existence ng Diyos, dapat ang prerequisite dan, meron kang konsepto muna. Nagets mo yan?
Now, Tommy, you're asking me a possibility of a God, correct?
Yes. Anong reason mo? Impossible ang God. Sabi mo, wala kang concept sa Diyos.
SP, can we pause the time? Can we provide Tommy with 7:45? Or bigyan natin si Tommy up until 7 to 45. Macario, let me just remind you that you are not permitted to ask questions. Only Tommy would be provided that liberty to ask questions. But you would be provided your own time later to ask questions.
Okay. So the question is loaded, Mr. Moderator. I don't have a concept of God. That's why am I being asked to have a possibility of a God?
Ito na lang ang question ko, Macario. Thank you. How is it possible to have no concept of God yet believe there is no God? Isn't it the prerequisite is you have to have concept first?
I still believe, Tommy, that believing is still on the position of doubt. Because believing is different from knowing. That is the reason it is possible not to have that concept.
Salamat. Can you doubt a thing that you have no concept of?
Yes.
Oh. You can doubt a thing even though you don't have a concept of it?
Yes. If you don't have a concept, you don't easily accept it. So you doubt it first.
I think hindi mo na yan possible, Macario. Sige na lang. Ang next question ko, if something is true, would it be reasonable that we ought to believe it because it's true?
Yes.
Okay, salamat. If theism is true, that God exists, would you be a theist?
If theism is true, would I be theist?
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay, salamat. If something is good, are we ought to do it?
Sorry? Are we ought to do it?
Yes, if something is good, are we ought to do it?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Next question ko, how do you define atheism? Yung position mo ngayon na atheist.
How do I define atheism? It is still the rejection of the concept of God.
Okay. Would you agree that atheists believe God does not exist?
Yes.
Yan yung position nila. Okay, salamat.
Not all, definitely. Pero yes,
Okay.
there are atheists believe that way.
Okay, salamat. If morality is subjective, would you agree that we should not impose it? Kasi for example, ang morality ng mga religious, subjective naman ang morality. Religious people should not impose their morality. Would you agree?
Yes.
Okay, salamat. Am I correct in saying that meron kang pinaglalaban na, for example, LGBTQ rights, equality, or for example, pakawalan si Pura Luka? Am I correct that pinaglalaban mo yun ng mga moral concepts or values?
Yes.
Okay, so you're imposing it, right? Your morality.
Imposing my... Pinaglalaban is imposing? Is that what you mean? No.
Kasi humihingi ka ngayon ng freedom kay Puraluca eh, 'di ba? You're imposing it legally. Dapat he should be free.
That is not imposing, I don't agree.
Napakawalan siya, hindi yan i-impose. For example,
That is not imposing.
Okay. Illegalize natin ang abortion. Isn't that imposing na? Dapat illegalize.
I don't have any opinion about abortion. Sorry.
Okay. Next question. Do you believe that religion is evil?
No.
Okay, salamat. Next question is how if you see a little child being tortured for fun, what would you do?
If I have the capacity to fight for that child, I'll do it.
Oh, so you're imposing your morality to the culprit, right?
That is not imposing.
Siyan.
Is that imposing? No, I don't agree with your definition of imposing.
Sabi mo kanina, Macario, i-stop mo if capable ka.
Mm-hmm.
So i-impose mo ngayon ang tama kasi mali ang ginagawa niya. Correct?
No. That is not imposing. My morality? I am acting on the morality that I know, yes.
Yes. May mali na ginagawa, tinotorture ang isang bata. Tapos i-stop mo, right, if capable ka.
Yes.
So you're imposing what is right kasi mali yung ginawa niya.
Okay.
Okay, salamat. So, by actions, you believe in objective morality.
How is that objective? I don't think it is.
Because you're imposing it, na ito ang tama.
But that is not objective. That is not objective automatically. It can be subjective.
Subjective morality is or valid relative to the subject.
Huh?
Why is your morality?
Moderator.
Hey, do you have any contentions, guys?
Okay, ito. I-clarify, di ba, nag-claim ka kanina kung ang morality is subjective, hindi natin i-impose. Ngayon, later lang, seconds ago, nag-admit ka na, yes, na ini-impose ko.
Okay, so?
So, self-contradiction ang position mo sa morality. So, by mouth, you believe in subjective morality, but by actions, you believe in objective morality.
Okay, then, that does mean God is real?
Sa arguments ko, it follows necessarily if there is objective morality, God exists.
It can be objective. It doesn't follow. It can be subjective too. That's my answer.
Oh. Yun lang.
You don't have any further questions?
Wala na, thank you. Na-contradict niya yung sarili niya.
Alright. So,
Moderator, paki-remind lang sila na magtatanong lang at sasagot ng pag-cross-examine, hindi magkukwentuhan. Thank you.
alright. Oh wait, now I understand why you called me. Alright, so thank you so much
nalito
for
ako
that
sa rule
reminder.
sa cross. Nasanay ako sa duty.
Alright, thank you so much, you will die for that reminder. Yeah, you're right. So, okay, thank you so much, SB, then for setting the time, or resetting the time rather. Now let's have the negative side of the rebuttal. Macario, ready ka na sa rebuttal, sa cross-examination mo rather?
Okay, sige. Tommy, yung Diyos na pinapakilala mo, meron ba siyang objective morality, objective reality?
Anong tanong mo? Objective reality?
Yung Diyos na pinapakilala mo ngayon, meron ba siyang objective reality?
Reality outside of himself? Yung creation niya, yes.
Yeah, siya mismo. Not outside himself.
Without creation, Macario, siya lang ang nag-exist.
Siya mismo, meron ba siyang objective morality?
Morality?
Reality.
Reality? Creation nga, Macario.
Hindi nga, siya nga mismo. Wala akong tinatanong about creation. Yung siya mismo.
Wala.
Wala siyang creation morality. Kanina ginamit mo yung Oxford Dictionary. Sabi dito, ang meaning ng existence ng reality ay having objective reality. Ang meaning ng existence is having objective reality. Sinasabi mo ba na ang Diyos mo ay hindi nag-exist dahil ang meaning ng existence ay having objective reality?
Pakiulit, Macario.
Ginamit mo kanina yung Oxford Dictionary. Okay? Ngayon ang question ko, sinabi mo na walang objective reality ang Diyos. Ang meaning ng existence ay having objective reality. Therefore, sinasabi mo ba na walang objective ang reality na Diyos mo, therefore hindi siya nag-exist?
Macario, kaya nga kinlarify ko, Macario, kung creation without creation.
Hindi ka tinatanong yung creation, Tommy. That is not my question. Sabi mo wala, sinagot mo na wala. Ngayon, tinatanong kita.
It entails sa objective reality kasi, Macario.
Moderator time.
Yeah.
Hindi niya po sinasagot yung tanong ko.
Pinasagot ko ang tanong mo.
Ang tanong ko lang, ito ang tanong ko lang, Tommy. Ang tinatanong ko lang, sa definition ng Oxford Dictionary na ginamit mo kanina, that existence, ang meaning ng existence ay having objective morality, ay reality, at ang Diyos ay walang objective reality. Sinasabi mo ngayon na ang Diyos ay hindi nag-exist.
Okay, mag-explain ako 1 minute, di ba?
No. Yes or no muna?
No. Hindi yung ibig ko sabihin kanina, sasagot ko.
Okay. SB, let's continue the time. Go, Tommy.
Okay, 1 minute.
Yeah, I think now it's your position to answer no or answer why your answer is no.
Okay. Ang ibig sabihin ng objective, ang ibig ko sabihin in context, ang objective is apart sa subject, independent sa Diyos. So for
Tommy,
example,
sorry.
1 minute ako.
That is not answering my question again. Sorry.
That is my answer. Whether you're...
That is not answering my question.
Oh, okay. Okay. I would provide Tommy with the benefit of the doubt, and I would like to hear his arguments within the 1 minute allotted time frame for him to answer the question.
Okay.
Go,
Kung
Tom.
sinasabi mo kasi sa objective reality, meaning may reality nag-i-exist independent sa subject. So objective, yan yung ibig sabihin. So with creation, merong objective reality. Without creation, Diyos lang. So meaning walang independent existence apart sa Diyos. Yan ang ibig sabihin. I hope magets. So walang conflicting doon sa definition sa Oxford.
Tinanong kita, Tommy, kanina, sabi mo, walang objective reality mismo ang Diyos. Sabi mo, wala. Tama?
Walang independent nga kang Diyos kasi siya lang ang creation. Without creation yan eh.
So wala nga siyang objective reality. Thank you.
Walang
So,
independent reality apart from God. Kung walang creation.
okay. So,
Hindi ibig sabihin doon, hindi siya nag-i-exist.
ha? Sorry
Yes.
It's still not answering the question. Sabi mo kanina, walang objective reality ang Diyos mismo. I'm not asking about creation.
Can I explain again my answer? 1 minute, please.
Go.
Okay, pag sinasabi, for example, sabi ng Oxford, ang existence is objective reality. Ang ibig sabihin ng objective reality doon, for example, ako, may objective, meaning independent sa akin na nag-exist na reality. So for example, sa Diyos, with creation, can I have my freedom to answer?
I would provide you a verbal warning for now. Let's provide Tommy that 1 minute allotted time frame for him to answer his questions.
Sorry, umiinom ako. Hindi ko nasasalita.
Okay. Go ahead. Go, Tommy.
So ang claim ko dito, Macario, with creation, merong objective reality ang Diyos kasi merong independent ngayon na realidad apart sa Kanya. But without creation, siya lang. So meaning, walang objective yung independent. Yun yung answer dyan. Hindi napapalo, hindi siya nag-i-exist. Nagets mo ang objective meaning independent existence? For example, ang physical world, it's an objective reality. Nag-i-exist siya independently from me. Kung walang physical world, walang creation, walang objective reality. Diyos lang, walang creation.
Moderator time, excuse me. Guys, to not waste your time regarding this matter, can I suggest that you guys move on to the next question? Thank you.
Okay. So the question was actually answered. So therefore, God does not exist on that answer.
It does not follow.
My question is, if on the Kalam cosmological argument, are you aware that there were several that this has been used and already been debunked several times, already in separate instances?
I'm aware that that is incorrect.
You're aware that is incorrect?
Yes. Paano mo nasabi na debunk na yan several times?
I'm not supposed
That's your
to be
opinion.
asked on this question, on this round, Mr. Moderator.
Sorry, I was muted. Alright, so Tommy, again, I would remind you, with the same reminder that I provided with Macario earlier, that you are only allowed to answer questions, not to throw questions. Alright, go Macario.
Okay. So for you, Tommy, what is existence?
Existence?
Mm-hmm.
Depende. May physical existence, may metaphysical. Existence, being. Yan.
Sorry? What is existence to you? Sorry?
Being. Yan yung
Being.
pinaka-short. State or fact, yan yung pinaka-short ko na sagot.
So yung Diyos na pinapakilala mo, may being ba yun?
He's a being.
He's a being.
Yes.
Can you give me the characteristics, the one that you believe in? Yung God na pinapakilala mo, anong characteristics niya?
First cause, uncause. Greatest conceivable being.
First cause, uncause. Mahina, sorry, Tommy.
Uncause, first cause. Yung first cause is uncause.
First cause, uncause. So wala siyang cause.
Yes.
Isn't that a special pleading already?
Hindi.
Kasi?
Okay, can I explain? 1 minute. Can I explain 1 minute?
Go ahead, Tommy.
Okay. So, sa causal principle, whatever begins to exist has a cause. So therefore, since God is eternal, beyond the physical universe, beyond time, timeless, walang beginning. So hindi siya special pleading. Special pleading siya kung merong beginning ang Diyos, pero walang cause. Yan yung special pleading. Pero the fact is, walang beginning ang Diyos, therefore, walang cause ang Diyos. So hindi siya special pleading.
Okay. Tapos na?
Yes.
Ilang percent ka, gano'n ka ka-sure, ilang percent, gano'n ka ka-sure na ang Diyos ay eternal?
I-quantify?
And ilang percent ka, gano'n ka ka-sure na ang Diyos ay eternal?
I-quantify nga. Percentage ang tinatanong mo?
Percentage, syempre. Quantify.
Hindi quantifiable ang Diyos. Though deductive siya.
Hindi naman yung Diyos yung tinatanong ko, Tommy. Yung pagiging sure mo.
Hindi siya naka-quantify sa math. Ginagamit ko.
Yung pagiging sure mo, hindi naka-quantify?
Kasi, kaya nga tinatanong ko, quantity bang tinatanong mo? Kasi kung quality, sure ako. Kasi in the deductive argument, the conclusion follows necessarily doon. Pero kung quantity, math na yan eh. Wala akong latag na ganyan.
So hindi mo masabi na 100% sure ka?
Kaya nga, quantity, quality.
So yun na yung tanong ko, hindi mo masabi na 100% sure ka?
Sure ka. Sure ako. Sige, pagbigyan kita.
100% sure ka?
Yes.
To what standard?
Nung nilatag ko kanina, deductive
What
argument.
standard? Yeah, what references? To what standard?
By deductive standard, rule of inference. Deductive rule of inference.
That's not a standard, Tommy. That's an argument, tama?
We use deductive, inductive, abductive all the time.
Oo nga. So that's a standard. So what standard? Ang question to what standard?
Deductive nga. By deductive standard, rule of inference.
Ano?
Deductive. I don't know, bakit hindi mo nagigets, Macario?
So what standard? Sorry, nalamunan ko.
By deductive, yan yung ginamit ko kanina, Macario.
To what standard nga? Ano nga yung standard mo? Sabihin natin deductive. To what standard yung sinabi mo kung 100% sure ka?
Rule ng deductive.
Oo nga, ibigay mo nga yun.
Okay, ang rule ng deductive, if the premises are true, the conclusion follows necessarily, inevitably, unavoidably. Yan yung standard, kaya sure ako na merong Diyos.
So ano nga yung standard na yun?
Deductive nga. Rule.
Ano nga? Explain mo nga, Tommy.
Ini-explain ko nga ang rule ng deductive argument, if the premises are true, the conclusion follows necessarily.
That is, okay, that is a general standard, correct?
Does it,
But it doesn't follow that God does exist, that you're sure. So ano nga yun?
it follows from the rule of deductive
Hindi mo
argument.
nagigets, Tommy. I-connect mo ngayon yung deductive reasoning mo na binabanggit dun sa pagiging sure mo.
Kaya nga, kinukonek ko. Ang rule ng deductive argument, the conclusion necessarily follows. If the premises are true, yun yung standard ko. Yan yung basihan ko.
Hindi nagigets, Mr. Moderator, hindi nagigets si Tommy yung tanong ko. I-connect niya.
Yes, ang tanong mo mismo.
Anyway, sige, I'm done with my
I think it's much better for you to just move on with another question if you still have one.
Tapos na.
Are you done, Macario?
I'm done. Yeah.
All right, okay. Thank you so much, Macario, for your cross-examination round. Okay, so before we move forward into our closing remarks, since after our closing remarks here at the round table, we allow our viewers to go up here in the live and you are provided with one question. Okay, pwede kayo magtanong sa mga panelists natin tonight with one question in mind. Only one question, okay? And then if the panelist provided his answer, that's it. No follow-up question after that. All right, so just reminder, if you are a viewer here and you already have a question, standby lang kayo dyan because we are now already on our closing remarks. Okay, so closing remarks natin, we would have 8, again, SP, we would have 8 minutes, sorry, that was yun yung napag-agreean natin in our pre-debate. Alright, thank you so much, SP. Alright, so let's start first with the negative closing remarks and then affirmative tayo. So, Macario? Macario? Hello?
Sorry.
Okay, so go ahead. Let's start first with the closing remarks on the negative side. Go ahead.
Magandang gabi ulit sa inyong lahat. Nakakatuwang isipin na nagkaroon na naman tayo ng isang magandang pagkakataon para pag-usapan ng isang napaka-importanting bagay. Nagpapasalamat ako kay Tommy sa pagpapaunlak sa pagkakaroon ng ganitong pag-uusap. At sa The Round Table sa pagkakataon na naibigay sa amin para maipresenta ang bawat panig. At magandang araw at magandang gabi sa lahat ng ating mga audience. Nais ko lang ipabatid sa lahat na ang pag-uusap na ito ay isang uri ng pag-uusap na nagbibigay sa atin ng dagdag kaalaman at para makita ang bawat panig ng pag-uusap patungkol sa pag-iral ng Diyos. Nais ko rin patiin ang mga bumuo sa presentasyong ito. Nais ko lang ibigay ang aking mga natutunan patungkol sa pagbibigay ng mga kaalaman ng aking kalaban na si Tommy. Sana ay naunawaan ko rin ang iyong paglalahad ng iyong mga argumento patungkol sa pag-iral ng Diyos. Sana ay nagkaroon din ako ng ganyang perspective sa aking pagtalakay sa bagay na ito. Ang pag-iral ng Diyos ay isang napakatandang pag-uusap patungkol sa filosofiya at sa kaalaman ng tao. Maraming nag-attempt patunayan ng Diyos, ngunit sa kanilang attempt ay hindi nagawang bigyan ng pagpresenta o ng demonstrasyon ang Diyos na ito. Kung ang Diyos ay siyang tiyak na pinanggalingan ng lahat ng bagay, ay dapat rin lang naman siyang magkaroon ng responsibilidad na ipakilala ang kanyang sarili sa kanyang mga nilikha. Ngunit itong bagay na ito ay hindi natupad, hindi nangyari at hindi nagkaroon ng realidad sa ating pag-iral. Ang patuloy na pagdiskubre sa mga katotohanan, sa mga argumento at sa mga pag-uusap patungkol sa kanyang pag-iral ay siyang matibay na katunayan at katiyakan na ang Diyos na ito ay hindi umiiral. Siyang nagpakilalang makapangyarihan, maalam at sumasalahat ay hindi kayang ibigay ang ebidensya ng kanyang pag-iral ng walang pagdududa kahit sa maliit na bagay man lamang. Ang manlilikhang ito na may iba't ibang katangian at iba't ibang interpretasyon ay nagpapatunay lamang na ang kaniyang pag-iral ay hindi sigurado, hindi tiyak at walang patutunguhan. Marahil ay nagtataka kayo kung bakit mayroong masikhay na pakikibaka patungkol sa bagay na ito. Kaming mga ateo at mga hindi naniniwala sa Diyos ay nagsusumikap na ipakilala ang katotohanan ito dahil na rin sa mga politikal na bagay, katulad ng paglaban sa human rights, karapatan ng LGBTQ at karapatan ng kababaihan. Itong mga patunay na pagsikil sa kanilang mga karapatan ay ang aming fuel o ang aming mga motibasyon para ipagpatuloy ang pagpapakalat ng duda sa mga naniniwala. Maraming salamat sa mga taong naniniwala at nagbibigay ng kanilang pag-alala sa mga ateo na kanilang nakikilala sa buong mundo. Marahil, isa rin lamang sa inyong mga pinagdududahan ay ang aming mga purpose o ang aming motibasyon para ipatuloy ang mga ganitong kalakaran. Walang Diyos, walang Diyos, walang Diyos. Ito ang aming patuloy na pagsisikapang ipakalat, ipagsigawan. Umiral ang tao sa natural na proseso na pinapakilala ng siyensya at dinedenay ang pagkalat o ang pag-iral ng Diyos. Ito lamang at maraming salamat.
Thank you so much, Macario, for your closing remarks. Now let's move forward on the affirmative side. SP, let's just set the time to 8 minutes. Again, Tommy, your time would start by the time you start talking. Thank you.
Nakakalungkot isipin na hindi nagigets ni Macario na ang pinakamabigat na standard o basihan sa kung totoo or hindi is deductive argument. Siya yung nag-admit kanina na hindi niya naiintindihan, hindi siya aware na ang deductive ang pinakamabigat sa lahat. Pangalawa lang ang inductive, pangatlo abductive. Tapos binigay ko ang pinakamaganda na standard na basihan. Tonight, kung merong Diyos o wala, deductive argument, tatlo yun. Inadmit niya kanina na hindi siya aware doon. Tapos smirk siya sa sagot ko na yan yung standard ko. Yan yung pinakamabigat, di mo na gets? Sabi niya dapat ipaglaban ang human rights, karapatan ng LGBTQ, I agree. Karapatan ng babae, paano natin mapaglaban kung hindi natin i-impose, Macario? Kung subjective lang pala ang morality. In the world of subjective morality, we cannot impose what is right and we cannot condemn what is wrong kasi subjective eh. Sabi ni Jordan Peterson, psychologist, what you believe is better revealed by how you behave rather than what you report when asked. Nakikita ang totoo mong belief sa actions mo rather than sa sagot mo sa cross-examination. The fact na pinaglalaban mo ang tama. God exists, yan yung conclusion sa deductive argument ng moral argument. Fun fact, in order to deny a deductive argument, you have to show me which premises are false. Kasi if hindi mo naipakita saan ang premises na false, the conclusion follows necessarily, unavoidably, inevitably. Kahit pa magtumbling-tumbling si Macario ngayon sa kwarto niya, ang conclusion follows necessarily from the truth of those premises. Valid and sound. Hindi lang siya valid, sound pa. Nagbigay ako kanina, whatever begins to exist, ang basihan, metaphysical first principle. Number 2, the universe began to exist, ang basihan, impossibility of an actual infinite in philosophy. And number 2, second law of thermodynamics, the fact na wala pa tayo sa heat death of the universe proves na merong beginning ang universe finite time ago. Therefore, may ebidensya ang dalawa. Tapos walang denial si Macario, hindi niya dineny ang premises. Ano ang rule ng deductive? The rule, the conclusion, the truth of the conclusion follows necessarily. Number 2, ultimate meaning argument. If God does not exist, walang ultimate meaning ang life kasi you are not intentionally created or designed. There's no reason for your existence. But number 2, sabi ni C.S. Lewis, if the universe has no meaning, how did you know that it has no meaning if it has no meaning? Self-defeating ang position niya kasi for the proposition to be true, it must have a meaning first. Therefore, ang premise 1 and true, back up with philosophical evidence, totoo ang premise 1 and premise 2 doon. Therefore, the conclusion follows, God exists. Last na argument is, if God does not exist, objective moral values and duties do not exist. Agree naman si Macario na subjective ang morality, relative. Premise number 2, objective morality do exist. Disagree si Macario sa bibig niya, pero sa actions niya, agree siya. So indirectly, unconsciously, God exists ang posisyon ni Macario. Kasi sa premise 1, ina-admit niya na relative, subjective ang morality. Pero sa premise 2, sabi niya, ipaglaban natin ang human rights. I-impose mo ngayon ang tama. That's why objective ang morality. Everyone believes in objective morality through their actions. Kulang lang ang sukli mo sa jeep, sasabihin mo, ba't kulang? Ibalik mo sa akin ang tamang sukli. Naglakad ka lang sa kalye, sinapak ka, ba't mo ko sinapak? Mali yan. Nakita mo, may tinorture na bata, i-impose mo ngayon, i-stop mo yan, na mali yan. Huwag mong gawin yan. Every one of us live in objective morality. We impose our morality every time, every day. Unconsciously, indirectly, God exists. Sabi ni atheist teacher sa comment section, magkaiba ang valid and sound. Totoo. May latag ako kanina, bakit sound ang bakit totoo ang premises? So hindi lang valid ang argument ko, sound pa. Kasi ang rule ng deductive argument, if hindi ma-deny, if Macario cannot show which premises are false, and I have shown that the premises are true, the truth of the conclusion follows necessarily. Unavoidably, inevitably, kahit pa magtumbling-tumbling si Macario dyan sa kwarto niya, ang conclusion hindi maiiwasan. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng deductive argument. Kaya napakabigat na standard. Ang idinala ko tonight, 3 pa. Yan na ang pinakamabigat sa mabigat. Kasi nagpapalo talaga necessarily if the premises are true. Kaya ako, kapag nakikipag-debate ako, tapos may latag na deductive argument ang kabila, ang kalaban ko, pinapakita ko saan ang premises na false doon. Para ang conclusion hindi magpapalo. Yan yung technique. Hindi na-gets ni Macario, kalaban ko tonight. Sabi niya, hindi siya aware sa ganyan. Ipakita mo saan premises are false. Nasa final round na tayo, ni isa, wala pang naipakita si Macario na ang premises doon false. Therefore, hindi maiiwasan ang conclusion tonight. Whether you are religious, non-religious, agnostic, theist, atheist, if you draw a conclusion tonight, based on tonight debate, honestly, if you draw a conclusion, the conclusion, God exists. Kasi Macario failed to show which premises are false. And I have supported the truth of those premises. Therefore, the truth of the conclusion follows necessarily, inevitably, unavoidably, kahit pa iiyak-iyakan tayo, hindi magpapalo, hindi siya maiiwasan. Hindi na siya maiiwasan. Yan yung implication ng dinala kong deductive argument tonight na 3. Yan yung implication. So I would suggest, magbasa si Macario mamaya, he would learn from this experience para alam niya paano atakihin ang deductive argument. So, every day, when you say every day na mali iyan, paglaban natin ito, evil iyan, bakit ganyan ang ginawa ng Diyos? Every day, if may sinasabi tayo na mali, ang conclusion yan, God exists. Hindi mo maiiwasan. Hindi natin maiiwasan lahat. Ang conclusion, God exists.
Ayun.
All right. Okay, I think that ends Tommy's closing remarks rather. So thank you so much, Tommy, and thank you so much, Macario.